Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yes, I wanted to do a little longer intro. Woo, we have a red alert. We have more than one red alert right now, and I don't call red alerts unless I really feel it's important. And so, what I want to start with is the Pennsylvania water utility attack, and we're just lining them up to get started. Good morning, RCX, Nunya, Country Prepper, Copy First, Dragonflies, and Lurkers. Good morning, and Nunya. Good morning, everybody. So I want to get right into this. This attack that came in, folks, is in Alcupa, Pennsylvania. The Municipal Water Authority of Alcupa revealed a cyber attack on one of its booster stations, backed by none other than a group from Iran. Cyber Avenge 3 Avengers. Matthew Modis, the board's chairman, reported the incident, which triggered an immediate alarm. The group targeted the utility provider because it was using technology made in Israel. The group threatened more attacks on U.S. infrastructure targets that use Israeli based technology. I just wonder how many of those there are in the United States. Now, the affected station were responsible for managing water pressure in Raccoon and Potter Townships faced no compromise to its water quality or supply. But I want to say this many years ago, a very, very smart elder told me with prior military experience, they told me that if anyone ever really wanted to hurt the American people or the United States, they would attack our water supply. Imagine, folks, this affected station, which is responsible for managing this water pressure, the hack targeted them, and the Israeli owned now disabled for security. They're closely monitoring the cyber attack on the water authority. But I would have to say we already know that the kill switch is in our power grid, and we have something coming out from the power grid that I talked about the other day with people really concerned about the coal plant. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit. But we're going to have some major issues. We're we're ending 2023 on a real kick, aren't we? On a real kicker, and that's one thing. We are really getting it. Now this next thing, yeah, it's gonna well, and our food supply is in a major situation as well. I want to show you this actual document just for YouTube's sake, but also so that if you want to go read it, you can actually go read it. It's lengthy. It's lengthy. But we all know that old current our current wonderful president Joe Biden. Well, did I just say he was wonderful? Yes, I did. Well, you take that as how you want. You take that how you want to take it. But I want to say this. So the Production Act, has been reinstated for the United States. Now, I wonder why they're doing that. Well, what I would say is one is that we know the United States is in a chokehold right now. The United States is definitely in a chokehold. And fact sheet, President Biden announces new actions to strengthen America's supply chain, lower costs for families, and secure key sectors. I want to pull this down a minute before I pop it up here so y'all can see it. They're dumping millions and millions of dollars into clean energy. And why are they doing that? This is the major thing. Hello, Sonia. This is the major thing, folks, and I want to share this out to you so that if you want to go back and read it, you surely can. This is coming in from the White House, of all places. Ooh, doesn't that make you happy this morning? So I want to say this as we look at this document, that one thing that's, and okay, I think you can see it pretty good. I want to highlight this in red. So this just came in from the White House last night. So the big thing in the United States is we have this major supply issue. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We're also going to be talking about North Korea. Woo, North Korea. But if you notice right here, all of these committees that are involved, look at this. National Economic Advisor, Secretary of Agriculture, Commerce, Defense, Energy, Health and Human Services, Homeland Security, Housing and Urban Development, the Interior, Labor, State Transportation, the Treasury, the Veterans Affairs, the Attorney General. Why do they have the Veterans Affairs in here? That's interesting. I haven't got into page 56 or 53 or I mean there it is thick. But what I want to say about this is what they're doing is they can go in now that they have reenacted this. They can go in and they can actually confiscate, they can utilize, they can do whatever they want to make sure that the United States has what they need. So folks, we're in for something big here coming up. Um, there's going to, they're talking about supply chain disruption task force, but let's get big down here into the money. Let's get in here into the money. So the U.S. Defense Production Act has been signed, and they're saying the reason behind it, as you can see there, is because of medicine and drug shortages. That should really concern us, folks. I've heard from several people that they're unable to get their medicine. They're unable to do this. HHS has identified $35 million in investments for domestic production, stating that materials for sterile injection medicines they're unable to secure those, and because we became so reliant on China. We also have them talking about through this document strengthening the critical food supply chain issue and to address related shortages. Well, we have shortages because we keep sticking our nose in everything. And I'll tell you what, this country, we're not going to have any allies standing beside us soon. Very, very soon. It's going to be very terrible for all of us. The next thing is if you scroll down in it, it starts allocating money, 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 money. We're always throwing money in the wind, printing it like $275 million right there. They just announced for energy manufacturing and recycling grant program to revitalize communities affected by coal mine or coal power plant closures. Well, now, didn't we just have something come in that I just talked about yesterday or the day before about this insider coming up and saying that this will knock us? Here we go. Yep, that's about it, Onion. Here we go. So what they said, and he's inside this whole catastrophe, right? He said that 2025 was the year that they were supposed to take this coal plant down. Now they're taking it down early, which in return, because they're not prepared, could knock our whole grid down for not just one state. First of all, that coal plant utilizes and helps 15 different states. So it wouldn't just be one state, but what they're saying is by them taking this coal mine plant down, this coal power plant down, that oh, well, it could knock out the whole power grid. Now, we've been talking about this for the last 2 years. If our grid goes down, folks, it's not going to just pop back up. If one power plant can knock the whole grid offline, what would happen? They also announced $10 million and $5.6 million for clean energy, 10 million for critical material accelerator, and another 5.6 mil for developing circular clean energy supply. This clean energy, I think it's just the best thing since apple pie. I think it's the best thing we could ever do. Oh gosh, do I sound a little sarcastic? Now, we also have to increase the domestic production of 5 key clean energy technologies. Electric heat pumps. Don't you all want an electric heat pump? 3.5 billion spent on that through the bipartisan infrastructure law. But yet our government can't budget their books, but yet we're going to throw out more money, production of advanced batteries and battery materials for essential clean energy technologies such as stationary storage. And, oh, let's not forget the wonderful, wonderful electric vehicles. Don't you all want one? The USDA is also making investments worth 196 million so that we have domestic food supply. Well, now they have more opportunities for farmers and entrepreneurs in 37 states, including Puerto Rico. Oh, we all maybe should open a farm. Now, hold on. We have also another 714 million. Ooh, Lord help us. We how many billions of dollars have I just talked about just that quickly? So we have 714 million in DPA investments that was made in 2023 to support defense critical supply chains. My God, my holy crap. Hold on. I got to get on a rampage here a second. So, folks, we got to add more money to that because why? Oh, that's right. We said munitions to Ukraine, munitions to Israel. We don't have enough weaponry to take care of our damn selves, but yet we're sending it overseas. Well, we are in for luck next year. 2024 is going to be the most fantastic year ever. Do you hear me being a little bit sarcastic? You know, it is a sad day in America when we cannot protect our own borders from what's coming from the South, but yet we keep throwing munitions to all around the world. We have to be the big badass to take care of everybody but ourselves. Now, oh, Lord help us, Lord help us, Lord just help us, because this is leading us straight to the edge of the cliff. I hope that you all are ready to jump. The cliff is coming and it's right there on the edge, and we are going in for the big ba boom. Now, we're going to plan for long term industrial resilience and future supply chain investments. Who are we supplying this year? Oh, Lordy. Launch of the supply chain review. Supply chain review. Are you serious? Come on, folks. They can't even keep track of our munitions that we sent to Ukraine, but yet they're going to have a supply chain. Oh, no, 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 no. I know what it is. We're going to send some more money into the supply chain review. Oh, yes. As part of the review, the council will update criteria on industries, sectors, and products defined as critical. Critical. We are getting cut at the Achilles heel. How does that feel, America? How does it feel? Smart manufacturing. We want to have everything that's just smart. I would say that we're a bunch of dumbasses. Oh, we're standing on the edge of the cliff. We're ready to jump off. Well, maybe we're going to get pushed to the edge. Maybe we're just going to completely get pushed over the edge with all this AI, new digital. Oh, develop a nationwide plan for smart manufacturing. The report will establish key priorities for investment to support new digital and artificial intelligence. That's just what we need is AI in more every aspect because that way we can get hacked on every front. Oh, these investments will enhance the productivity and security of the manufacturing systems that are critical. Oh, they're critical for maintaining domestic supply chains. Are they going to give us band-aids? I'm just asking for a friend. Now, we also have the supply chain disruptions. The Department of Homeland Security is announcing the launch of the new supply chain center. Oh, we got a new center for everything. The SCRC will be dedicated to ensuring the resilience of supply chains for critical infrastructure needed to deliver these essential services to the American people. How about you quit taxing us to death, give us some of our money back, stop with the hyperinflation, and stop sending our shit overseas? How about that? Oh, now we do have, oh, hold on. Let's read this little paragraph together. American people, we really care about you. We do. That's why y'all have free cell phones, a debit card for coming across the border illegally, because we care so much about you. That's why Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. That's why Americans are sinking with the Titanic. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going down for the count. Additionally, in 2024, oh, I'm so excited for 2024, in collaboration with lots and lots of other federal agencies and foreign governments. Yes, we're going to be in collaboration with lots of foreign governments. It's just the way of the world. DHS will facilitate at least 2 tabletop exercises designed to test the resilience of critical cross border supply chains. Oh, yes, that's exactly what we want to do. Now, we also have a freight office, a launch of a DOT multimedia freight office. Well, why would we need to freight anything when the ports are owned? That's right, they're owned by the CCP. That happened many years ago. Not only do they own the ports, but they own the actual shipping companies. They actually own inside the port as well. We should all be happy. Are y'all happy? I don't see very many people happy in the chat right now. Now, the White House National Security Council, Office of Science and Technology, the Council of Economic Advisors. Do we really have an economic advisors? Do we really? They need a new CPA. They'll co-lead an effort in partnership with the National Oceanic and Astronomic Administration to monitor global development related to the El Nino, including all this climate phenomenons that are impacting the US and the global community. Agriculture, fishery output, disruptions to global and trade supply chains. Oh, they are throwing away so much money. It is absolutely, yes, yes. Well, we're all excited about that, Nunya. Come on now. We're excited. We're so excited. Roaming Prepper, he's a buddy of mine. He just reported that he got a nice letter from the electric company. Big shout out to Pete over at the Roaming Prepper. Somebody drop his link. He's a good guy. He's kind of like Nunya, except a little softer. Sorry, Pete. But he just got a letter from the utility company saying, "Get ready, happy day. Your electric bill's going up. Why? Because, well, just because. It doesn't matter if your usage goes up. Just like here in this little cabin. We started out at $60, $80 a month, shot up to 300 until we started unplugging from that son of a gun." And that's exactly what we need to do. We need to unplug from the government. Oh, let's vote in the chat. Who would like to unplug from the government? Just hit a one. If you'd like to be tax free, not pay, what is it now at the pump, around $1 per gallon of gas, just pay those taxes to the most corrupt thing that you possibly can. It's like supporting the mafia. Oh, anybody enjoy supporting the mafia? We thought Al Capone was bad. At least Al Capone would shoot you in your face. Oh my gosh, not our government. They stab you in the damn back. Every time we turn around, they're doing another thing. And this just proves it right here. Yeah, let's disconnect, Royal Linus. What's going on, big sister? Dragonflies, Carmen, Tina, Ladybug, copycat. Good morning, Country Prepper said 1111. Let's just say disconnect from the wonderful establishment that we're involved in, Harvest Merry Moon. Woo, Lordy, Harvest Merry Moon. You're going to have to go out and, I don't know, maybe not get any bread or cheese for the next month. I mean, this is where we're at, folks. The supply chain's crumbling. And I got to say it. I got to say it from the bottom of my heart. 2 years ago, and I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, I said people are going to have to choose to heat or eat. Well, gosh dang, we're going to have to choose to heat, eat, get gas, or maybe have anything. Maybe even have clothes. I don't know. Shoot. It is absolutely crazy, RCX. It is crazy the things that are going on. Now, I want to bring up another one from, well, they couldn't keep their head down in the sand too long. That's right, folks. They sure couldn't. So, North Korea. Oh, do we all know about this? I think it's very eye-opening. It's something really to think about, right? Get prepared because we're going to be a cashless society. We're going to have CBDC. Things are escalating so much. I'm so excited about the CBDC. I heard they're giving away like 10,000 tokens on your first card. Is that like green stamps? I'm just asking for a friend. Back in the day, you get green stamps. You could trade them in for things. Um, so they're just giving away, 10,000 CBDC tokens on your very first card. Sign up for that card. It's going to be a great day in America. Yes. Oh, don't forget the smart meters. They're so smart, they've outsmarted us. See, we all fell hook, line, and sinker for all this. What we do, we just went straight in for we went straight in for it. We went straight in for it. Don't use cash, use your debit card. Pretty soon it won't be don't use your debit card, it'll be use your CBDC card. And then pretty soon it'll be you only can use your CBDC card. And then after that, it'll be like, KJ, you don't need that new flannel, even though you have 10 of them. Even though you work hard and choose to get a new flannel, you can't have one because you're only allocated two. It's going to be worse than the Great Depression. It's going to be the depression. We're going to see more people commit suicide and alcoholism, probably some people beating their wives and their wives beating their husbands. It's going to get that bad, folks. Now, North Korea has claimed satellite took photos of the White House. Now, it wouldn't really be that hard to take photos of the White House, as we've seen people jumping on the fence. They were jumping up and down on the fence. They were shaking the gates. There was guards out there, and they took pictures of the Pentagon. Now, North Korea, this is coming in from Radio Free Asia. It's unconfirmed at this point, but North Korea did raise its ugly head. They shot up a satellite up in the outer space because North Korea has intensified its pressure campaign toward the USA. It was an illegal satellite. Who governs? Okay, you can put a satellite up there today. Oh no, you can't because we don't like you. Who is in charge of outer space? I mean, I'm just curious. We all know someone landed on the moon. They walked around and they talked about it. And this happened way back in the 60s. They had great technology then. Oh, oh yeah. Let me not say anything out of line for YouTube. YouTube, just take this for what it is. I'm just full of it this morning. That's all. That's it. It's just a big story. I just want to tell on YouTube. Now, North Korea has said that it's claiming that its illegal satellite breached a United Nations Security Council resolution. They captured images of significant U.S. locations, including the White House. Now, was that before the cocaine bust or after the cocaine bust? I'm just asking for a friend. They sure couldn't figure out who was doing that cocaine. Maybe there's a lot of them doing cocaine up there in the White House. Have we ever thought of that? Maybe there's a whole bunch of them. I mean, maybe we're being ran by crackheads. I don't know. Something to think about. Oh, hold on. I got to have a sip of coffee. Are Who is running the White House? Is it a bunch of drug heads? A bunch of crackheads? I really don't know. We can't budget anything. We give away more munitions than ever. Now, North Korea's leader, Kim Jong Un, thoroughly reviewed the photographs of the White House, the Pentagon, and other targets in Washington, D.C., taken by its newly launched satellite at around 11:35 p.m. Pyongyang time. I don't know how to say that, but I think I was pretty close. Monday, according to the North's official Rondong Sanam. Now, the state-run newspaper said on Tuesday that the satellite also, oh, oh, Lordy, they captured images of the U.S. military bases. Why would they need to capture images when they're set up? We all know it may not be North Korea, but the CCP, the little China Chia pets, they're set up right across from our military bases. They bought lots and lots of land right there, all over the United States. Welcome. Come on in and buy your land in the United States. We'll give you great deals, especially if you have one of those shadow corporations. You can do whatever you want. Now, on to they say they have pictures of the Naval Station Norfolk, the Newport News shipyard, and the surrounding airport area, highlighting its surveilled four U.S. naval nuclear aircraft carriers and a British aircraft carrier. North Korea, you're saying some stuff, aren't you? Now, however, the paper did not release images taken by the satellite. Well, aren't they smart? Do they really have the pictures? Or do they even need to get the pictures? I mean, we have an insider that'll just take them on and trumps them on up in there. According to what's coming out, old Joey Joe, Potato Joe, is supposed to be taking them on tours. Not Korea. He's taking the Chia Pets. But either way. Either way. Now, likewise, North Korea's official Korean Central News Agency claimed on Saturday that its satellite passed over Hawaii and observed a naval base in the Pearl Harbor, the Hickman Air Force Base in Honolulu. But no satellite photos have been published. Are they blowing smoke, or do they already have so much insight they really don't need the photos? I mean, I'm just asking for a friend. A lack of supporting evidence makes the North's claims questionable, but such a move could be seen at its latest act of provocation towards the U.S. They really don't like us. Who does like us anymore? Do we have any allies left? I'm just curious. Now, they are saying they possess nuclear weapons and actively refining them and delivery technologies. They're really aiming at the United States, aiming to deliver its nuclear warheads to reach the U.S. mainland. Oh, North Korea, you're not very nice. I wondered how long it would be before North Korea would raise its ugly head and say, "Yep, this is our perfect opportunity." Now, North Korea has repeatedly issued threats against the US. Oh, hold on. Targeting the White House, declaring that it would turn it into an inferno and ashes. Ooh, that's kind of a heavy threat. The recent assertion could be an attempt to demonstrate North Korea's ability to surveil key U.S. locations, showcasing advanced capabilities it deems necessary as a self proclaimed nuclear state. You know, folks, it is heated up around the world. North Korea launched a satellite last week despite international warnings. Rocket technology can be used for both launching satellites and missiles. And for that reason, the United Nations, that's right, the UN controls everything. They banned North Korea from launching a ballistic rocket, even if it claims to be a satellite launch. Well, my question is this. Kim said that the United States is threatening them with a nuclear weapon. He criticized the U.S. for being hostile to his country because they're our ally. They're supposed to be our friend, are they? Referring to North Korea's formal name, Kim continued, it is legitimate right for the DPRK, another belligerent party, to develop, test, manufacture, and possess weapon systems equivalent to those of the United States that they already possess. And we have the developing right now. U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield, however, said the U.S. and its allies' joint military exercises claim Pyongyang is hostile, defensive in nature, emphasizing that these exercises cannot justify the North's violation of Security Council resolutions. Once again, here we go. We should all be so happy. It is getting heated up around the world. And where is the United States going to be? I'll tell you what, folks, we are so darn excited. We're so excited. Uh, I think, no, you're right, All American Prepper. Pretty much most of the countries are turning on us. It was about 10 or 15 years ago that Chinese professor came out with a report, and he said the best way to take America to its knees is to have us spread so thin between multiple wars that it would be just a cakewalk. And they're really doing a great job. They're doing a great job, folks. I'll tell you what, if you're not prepping, and if you're sitting there just saying, well, I'll just go to another prepping channel because they're pretty crazy. I'll tell you what, the reason prepping channels bring up the news is because we look outside the box and we see things that a lot of folks don't want to see. And most of the people in the United States, you know, you maybe feel like you're bashing your head against a brick wall as you try to talk to them to get them to prep. They're going to be the ones knocking at your door. They're going to say, you were right. You were right, Nunya. You were right, Cherie. I have no food. A lot of folks are living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of folks, if they would have started prepping years ago, the time may be running short, is my whole point. The time may be running short for you and your family. If you're new to the prepping community, if you're new to thinking that maybe I need a little self reliance off the government, it may be too late if you don't get your boots on the ground and put it in full throttle. If you think you're going to lollygag around and laugh and joke, which I love to do, but if you're not taking anything serious that's happening around you, if you think it's not going to happen in the United States, I'll tell you this, it's already happening in the United States. Why are we being inundated from the South? Why? Because the more people that come here, the higher the stress level is, the higher the crime rate is, and the easier it is to take Americans out sector by sector, group by group, and dismantle our way of life. If you don't think that it's happening in the United States, I would like you to unclick from this right now and go over to Betty Crocker's cooking class and learn how to bake some cookies. because you're going to need those cookies. Maybe you should make hardtack because at least it'll hold up for a while. Might break a tooth, but it'll hold up for a while. I'm telling you right now, and I agree, Harvest Mary Moon, even if you are living paycheck to paycheck, you can spend $5, you can spend $10 on prepping. And instead of going out and buying that Big Mac or going down the street and buying a bottle of beer, tighten your belt. Do something for you and your family. Because I'll tell you what, I agree with you, Nunya. I think that it's coming and it's coming quickly. We all thought it was going to be the 2030. I believe that honestly, it may not completely fall today or tomorrow, but we are falling. We are at the edge of a cliff. And if Americans don't wake up and realize we don't even know what hard times are, we haven't had hard times here in this country. We've had times where you can run around and if you don't feel like working, well, you're all good. We've had times where you can go and find a job on a daily basis. Those days are gone, folks. Those days are different. They're in the past, and we're not going back to the past. We're going full throttle ahead. Country Prepper, you can find Betty Crocker. Well, just look around on YouTube. You'll find her. You'll find her. And she'll teach you how to make some cookies, but I would prefer, brother, that you make some hardtack because it could save your ass. You're always such a smart ass. I love you, man. I'll tell you what. Oh, yeah. And I agree with you, Nunya. People are going to beg for the CBDC card. People are going to beg. They're going to beg to please let me go to one of those camps, whatever they're called. Just take me there. They're going to jump on the happy yellow bus and ride their ass off into the sunset. And they're going to think that that's the answer, that the government is coming to rescue you. The government's not coming to rescue anybody. The government is not coming to rescue anyone. Yeah, I agree, Harvest Mary Moon. I've been trying, I've been rattling my head, honestly, about how are they going to get people out of their properties. If they escalate the taxes, if they escalate how you can pay for your taxes on your home or your property, there is such a thing as eminent domain. I've talked about it before on this channel. My aunt fell victim to it. And this was a long time ago in the late 50s, early 60s. And they offered her money. She wouldn't accept it. Other people in the neighborhood accepted it. And they moved on down the line. She didn't want to give up her home that she had worked so hard for. My Uncle Wally at the time, he was in the Army, and she didn't want to do it while he was gone. They came back and they told her, ma'am, you have 30 days to accept this offer or your house will be condemned. And she had to take it. And at that point, she had held on so long. She literally got pennies on the dollar compared to everyone else. And this is back in the late 50s, early 60s, and out in Los Angeles. And I tell you what, I think there'll be some kind of loophole, RCX. I'm sorry to burst the bubbles on that. There has to be a plan for them. They have to have a plan to be able to get people's properties. Eminent domain is a good one. We've seen this happen in the inner cities where all of a sudden blocks and blocks of buildings are getting burnt to the ground. We've seen this in Maui. What is the purpose? What happened in Maui? We have to still ask ourselves some of these questions because they love to tell us what they're going to do. They love to show us, but then no one ever finds out what really occurred because it goes to the wayside and they throw us another peanut like we're circus animals and they send us on down the road. And that's the problem in America. We're very easily distracted from one chaotic event to another without ever looking deeper. It'll be a fight, Country Prepper. It'll be a fight for many. But they've done it. They've burnt neighborhoods down so they could build in. I know someone personally owned a terrible, terrible building. This building was a safety hazard. Even standing on the street in a small town, you'd look up at this building, you say, "When is it gonna collapse on you?" Bricks were falling off and everything, okay, Country Prepper? Straight up truth. The building actually literally fell to the ground. It blocked all of Main Street. It almost pulled down one of the walls of another existing business to the right of it. And do you know what he told me? Do you know what he told me? He said, "Thank God the building fell down because now the city has to clean it up." See, these folks that own real estate, I was a loan officer in Dallas. I tell you what, people that own real estate, it's a paper game. And they're very, very smart because you don't want to put that in on your insurance. You don't want to pay for it out of pocket. And then if somebody would drop Survival Lily's channel, she put out an awesome, awesome video. She has inside intel about the insurance industry. And I talked about this the other day, but I'm going to shout her out again because she's one of the only real prepping survival channels that I watch. There's not very many. I watch a lot of bushcrafting. But I'll tell you what she said about the insurance industry is they're running all these pilot programs. So the smart cars are going to be a way of total control. It doesn't matter if you're a good driver. You've drove too much this month. They're going to shut that smart car off. The other thing, right? They're going to if you're speeding, they'll shut your car down. If you're speeding or they feel you're going a little too fast around a curve, these pilot programs will be able to adjust your insurance immediately. So, think about that. Wow, Anita. Wow, nice to see you. That's what I'm talking about. Free thinking, free thinking. We can't give up. Yeah, it is. It's going to be a total rat race with all these pilot programs, Nanya. And if you haven't watched Survival Lily's video about it, y'all need to go watch it. You need to go watch it because I'll tell you what. And Country Prepper, I feel you, man. I feel you. None of us want to play this stupid game. Look at how our country, look at how our people have changed since 2019, folks. Look at the changes in this country. Think back to the 4th of July celebration. One of the wonderful things that the United States loves to do. We love to have fireworks and barbecue and family and drinking, tossing back some beers. And I said it. They have to break us down at our very core. They have to break us down. And to do that, the attacks are going to keep coming and keep coming. And pretty soon, we will not recognize the United States of America. Look at all of the statues that were taken down. Look at some strange things that were taken down, such as the Georgia Guidestones. You know, it's time. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good morning, Sparkle On. Yeah. Oh, yeah, RCX. That would be a great thing. And I have no problem. I have friends of many colors, many ethnic groups. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what religion you are. What I care about is that the United States, if you love it, you stay and you enjoy a place where you can go from coast to coast freely, that you can go and see the wonderful sights and historical things that we have in this country. But those things are disappearing. People are getting afraid to leave. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Harvest Merriman. Hey, Mama Freddie. Hey, Tamara. We got to keep on keeping on. Flag the American fly, not our country's. Well, and look at even at different sporting events. People won't even stand for the United States flag, but they want to reap the benefits. And I've had people get mad at me on the channel, and I really don't care. Love it or leave it. Love it or leave it. Yeah, that's an old saying, but I truly believe that. Being prior military, joined the military because I love this country. I joined the military because I wanted to stand for the United States. Was I wrong? I opened up my eyes to a lot of things that I really never thought that I would see. Would I do it again? Yeah. You know, folks, we have a lot coming at us, and 2024 is going to be a doozy. All of our allies are jumping ship. And I think the biggest thing we can do as a prepping community, right, is make sure that you stay on point. Even if you're living paycheck to paycheck, even if you're on disability or social security, you can still prep. And prepping water purification, and food, learning the skills is probably the most important thing you could do to ensure your family will at least be able to not only survive, but thrive through it. I think that what's going to come at us is going to be worse than the Great Depression. I think that what's going to come at us is that we're going to see a major FF. And when we see that FF, it won't be a hoax, it'll be a FF. Many Americans are going to get hurt. And that's the truth. And that's how I feel from my gut, my spirit. Yes, most definitely. We're going to have a battle within our own military, Harvest Moon. There's going to be a battle within our own military of the fast track illegals that are being put into the military so they can become a citizen and carry a weapon that they shouldn't have the right to, and our military boys that have been in there. And I kind of agree with the All American. But you know what? This is the other thing, All American, is if we start doing that, we've given in to fear. If we start doing that, we've given in to exactly what they wanted. And that's not what I want. Actually, I think that, All American, I understand your point. I understand your point, brother. But when we give in to the powers that be and we start living in fear, then we have just let them beat us up and win. And me personally, I don't want to let them win. I don't want to let them win in any way, shape, or form. And that's the truth. I mean, y'all, we have a choice to either go forward and do the best we can and protect our families. But do we want to walk around in fear? No. You know, the things that have been set in motion have been set in motion for many, many years. So who says that it's going to happen tomorrow? See, they have to put everything in place and they have a lot of pieces to still figure out. They do. They have a lot of things that they have to figure out because too many people are standing up. Too many people are going to be the resistance. Too many, which is a good thing. Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to cave in. I want to be part of the resistance. I want to stand up for what's right, and I want to stand up for the country that I love. I don't want to go down with the Titanic, but we have choices that we got to make, and we got to be very cautious and careful. And I agree with you, All American. We do have to be cautious and careful, but those things can happen within a few minutes of your home, or they can happen down the street or wherever. Uh, things are getting heated up to the point that they are getting people scared to death of what's going to happen. And honestly, the things that have been happening has been in motion for so many. All like just a lot of the current events, the documentation and stuff, you can trace back to the 1940s and 50s. But then, yeah, yeah, they think, they think we're crazy. We just see Tempe Mays, we see, and we're not stupid. And then, it doesn't mean that everything they want to happen will happen tomorrow. You got to realize this, folks. Just like that report I was talking about is from almost 20 years ago from that Chinese university professor. And now look at what's happening. That exact document is coming into play with so many different countries. So it's really something to think about, folks. I hope that each and every one of you has an awesome day. And no matter what, don't give up and don't give in. As we say here at Off the Wall Prepper, do the dang thing. Do it on a daily basis. Never forget who you are. Most of all, learn the skills. I'm going to play one song on the way out. I kind of I really like this song. It's called Trouble. Stay away from me. And, or bring, I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you soon, my friends. Keep your head on a swivel. And most of all, keep prepping. I'm going to take it out with this song. God bless you all from here in the Ozarks to wherever you're at. It is November the 28th. It's about 7:13 a.m. I got time for another cup of coffee. Do the dang thing, everybody. God bless. Big prepper hugs to each and every one of you.
Trouble, stay away from my door. Trouble, stay away from my door. Trouble, come back, don't come around no more. Trouble, stay away from my door. Never stay away from my home. Never stay away from my home. Never go back and leave my soul alone. Never stay away from my home. Never come around me no more. Never come around me no more. Never come back and walk on out the door. Never come around me no more. Satan, keep me free from your spell. Satan, keep me free from your spell. Satan, go on back unto the gates of hell. Satan, keep me free from your spell. Trouble, stay away from my door. Trouble, stay away from my door. Trouble,